Hi, it's me. We're going to talk about the test sets that we're going to be using, and I guess you're going to inventory what you have on hand to see if you have what you need. Now this is one of the big ones. This is a continuous dimming daylight lab, and 4 of these were built, and you should have one of these. We also have on this test set some little T10 tubulars here that will simulate sunlight. They're incandescents, 40 watt. I don't think you can get a 60 anymore in the state of California. And these are hard to transport and kind of on the delicate side. And we have replaced these with a smaller, more compact version, which looks like this. And this would be one ready to transport because it's in a trash bag. Now, a tall kitchen trash bag is not going to make it for you here on lab number 1, the continuous daylighting lab. You will need a larger trash bag than just a tall kitchen trash bag, and I don't know the dimensions, but take my word on it, it's larger. Now, the controlled lighting source on this is in fact a CFL. You will also need a little black plastic cap that fits on there. This one's missing its, but it'll come with one. And of course, you have your daylight that you can turn up and down. Now, believe it or not, the hardest part to get to work right was the phase dimmer and for the daylight. But one thing that will work for sure is a Philips Duramax 30 watt bulb. You can see these have a bit of a long neck on them, and so maybe it's not such a good idea to transport this in a vehicle with that lamp on it. However, that should work. This happens right now to have a GE A19 style LED lamp, but I can already see it's got a bit of a hitch in its giddy up there, so that might be difficult. So this is the small lab number 1. Let's take a look at the next lab. So you should have currently at least one of either the large or the small lab number 1 continuous daylighting labs. Then we have, and these are all small, a stepped switched lab, and we will cover its operation. There's your no daylight condition with all 4 stages on, and your full daylight condition when the last stage just snaps off. These require no setup. The continuous daylighting lab requires verification to see if it's set up properly, and those instructions are in the front of your book. But this one, you just plug it in and go. This is the demand response lab. So you should also have one of those step dimming, and you should have one of these. With the continuous, you should have 1 or 2, depending on the class sizes you're going to be dealing with. Here, of course, we have our full daylight test, demand response, minimum daylight, area or building selector, and demand response for the minimum output test. So you need one of these. If you're fortunate, you have one like this. I took, I believe, several of the larger ones and turned them into these smaller ones. There's a couple of big ones out there. You're supposed to have, and now, oh, there it went. No. That's that. Out time. Alright, well, it looked back. So that actually worked. Look back's a little funny. We'll talk about each of these labs and how to set them up. You're supposed to have all the paperwork that goes with them. There's the timer, aux sensor, which is hidden under this cover, interval timer, what have you. And you're going to need the program on a stick. Now, you'll need one of these, because you remember the way we do this lab. Now, you also always need, for your classes, post-it notes and highlighters for the students for when they do the documents section, and you have to take them through and tab the pages so they can find everything right away when they're looking in the code documents.